it is better to keep your mouth shut and be a student. Or you walk down. But I will tell you this. I love this river more than anything else. I love this river, even from the time I was a toddler back in Missouri. Before we get too much further out of port, I think I should mention that you best not be sitting on those handrails. They're the only thing between you and the river, and the river don't always take kindly to uninvited guests. We've also had reports of river pirates operating in the vicinity, so I wouldn't lean out beyond those rails for that reason either. Now, for those of you on the port side, that river town we're passing is frontier land. A few years back, it was no more than a boom town carved out of the wilderness by a handful of settlers looking to start a new life. Today, utility and decorum are running rampant. Oh, it still has a share of those trappers, fugitives, prospectors, and Indian activity. Mostly it's flush time, but well on its way to becoming a fine big city. Frontierland reminds me some of my own hometown, Harper. It takes me back to when I was a barefoot boy growing up alongside the riverbank. You know, it seems to me that when I was younger, I could remember everything, whether it happened or not. As I grow older, I seem to remember only the things that never happened at all. Stomping ground when I was young. Exceedingly young. Marvelously young. Young by hundreds of years. Younger than I will ever be again. It's called Tom Sawyer's Island. It's named for a friend from my boyhood. Even today, the only way you can get there is by raft. Old man Harper's grain mill is there. Back in the woods just off Tom's Landing. And that's Muck Potter's Pond and his windmill. We almost hang there once. And there's Muck's Landing. I always did like that. You could swear just wonderful. Me and Tom and I spent most of our wild and reckless youth exploring that road. Lots of caves, lots of adventures, if you know where to look. And we all knew where to look. That Superstition Bridge, it connects the Big Island and the Little. And if you follow the Wilderness Trail there, it'll lead you right up to the gates of Fort Langhorn. It's the last trading outpost before we head into the Indian country. Hey, look who's drifted out of the bayou. Off the port, Captain. It's Beacon Joe.
Old Beacon's been marking this river for longer than I can remember. Every time the river cuts a new channel, old Beacon puts out a marker to let us know whether it's safe to travel or not. However, Sam here has been bragging that if push came to shove, he can navigate the Liberty Belle on a heavy duty. Isn't that so, Sam?
Well, I was born humble, but mostly it's worn off.
Now that's something you don't see much out this way. That's an outlook of Indian village. Looks to be from the Hamilton tribe. But usually they stay further east. Seminole and Miami as far west. And of course Shoshone, Blackfeet, and Crow, but I've never seen out here.
Lots of game out this way. I've seen moose and deer and plenty of other things down the shoreline.
Could be why the Hamiltons are not this far. Just following the food trail. Quite know what to make for a steamboat. They call it in the Lord. After nightfall, they'll return and the great warriors who brought honor to the throne.
Deck watch. Shows the port and starboard. Engine room? Steady on.
We're entering shallow water, but there's no cause to worry. Sam knows every shoal and shallow, every snag and sandbar in this part of the river, and he'll navigate us through to safe water. You wouldn't steer us wrong, would you, Sam?
I believe we ought never to do wrong, Captain. Especially when others are looking. Policeman, sing out.
Those of you that have been this way before know that the water can get very shallow along the stretching river. The leadsmen call out the depth. Each mark is a pound of 6 feet. Mark Twain is 2 pounds, and of course that means safe water.
Captain, we're passing Cutthroat Corner. Attention deck crew, stay alert. If there's river pirates out here, this is where they'll most likely be. I can hear them from here. After all, the ocean sounds like their interests lie elsewhere. If you folks on deck look past the trees Fort Langhorn. Most of these old forts started out as trading posts. Then as settlers started heading west, the army came in and took them over. My feeling, these days, there's a lot less frontier and a lot more civilization than was truly necessary. Give me a death reading. Sing out. We're approaching Liberty Square, which is home port for us. We'll be putting in the dock shortly, so those of you on the upper two decks might be able to collect all your boxes and head to the lower deck. You got youngins you'll want to take them in here before they get out of hand. On behalf of the captain, myself, and the crew, thanks for flying the waterways with us. I hope I see you next time around the river bend.
Thanks, Sam, and thank you, everyone, for traveling the rivers of America with us today.
Engine room. Approach levy at 1/4 steam. Man the bow line. Purser, check freight and cargo. All hands prepare to dock. All passengers, stand by to go ashore.
Welcome back to Liberty Square. At this time, please gather your personal belongings and take small children by the hand as you make your way to the lower deck to exit. That will be our very bottom deck, all the way down, down, down to the deck closest to the water for our one and only exit. You may use any one of our 7 staircases to reach that very bottom deck, forward, aft, port, or and personal favorite, starboard. Thank you for joining us on the Liberty Square Riverboat during its last month of operation. Our last day, after over 53 years on Walt Disney's Rivers of America, will be the 4th of July weekend. Once again, at this time, we ask that everyone make their way down to the very bottom of the boat. Any spare will get you there for our one and only exit. Watch your step as you exit, and enjoy the rest of your day here at Magic Kingdom.